Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited about today's video. We are going to be doing a first impressions review, a look with this new palette from Tarte. This is their new Maneater Nightfall palette. So this is kind of like their fall going into holiday launch for 2023. Of course, this is not their only holiday launch, but this is the only one that I was really excited about. Tarte is one of those brands that doesn't really capture my attention very often. They tend to release kind of like the same color stories, but in like different configurations. So nothing that they launch really catches my eyes. So whenever I see a palette from them that has a little more color, different textures, looks a little bit more exciting, I do get excited about it. And this is one of the palettes that I did get excited about. The one that they launched last year was the After Dark, I think it was. I will be talking about that in my favorite palettes for fall, which should be the video right after this one, I think, kind of depending on the order that everything goes. But this is the Nightfall palette. And I thought this was so beautiful when I saw the photos, the promo photos teasing the palette. First of all, the packaging. This is it's plastic, but it's like kind of higher end, really nice plastic. I think this palette retails for $52 if I'm remembering correctly. It's available right now on Ulta as well as their website. I looked at Sephora. When I checked Sephora last time, I didn't see it on there yet, but I know that it's on Ulta and it's on their website. I ordered it from their website. I am loving the purple leopard print design on the palette. The one from last year, the After Dark, was black with gold writing, if I'm remembering correctly. I think all of the Maneater palettes have this kind of leopard design, but I thought that was really cool. And then we have the color story. There are 24 shades in here. It's a half and half, so 12 mattes, 12 like shimmery metallic shades in here. And I thought this color story was so beautiful. When I did the swatches, you guys, it swatched just so beautifully. The mattes were super creamy and buttery. The shimmers, oh my God, they were so pretty. A lot of them in here, especially the brighter ones, were like really metallic, really shiny, really wet looking, just gorgeous in the swatches. I cannot wait to put together a look with this palette. But yeah, whenever I see Tarte do something like this is what gets me excited because, like I said, most of their palettes, most of their launches are just pretty much the same old, not very exciting. And when they launch exciting palettes like this, yeah, this is the kind of thing that catches my attention. Palette came with this little card that has a 15% off code on here. And it's the brand, in case you were wondering and didn't know, it is a woman-owned and founded brand, which I think is pretty super exciting. They're also cruelty-free. I'm a cruelty-free channel, so if the brand isn't cruelty-free, I don't really talk about them on my channel. Along with the palette, they put in this little sampler. We'll sample a little like kind of couple use sample here. This is the High Performance Naturals Park Avenue Princess Amazonian Clay Matte Waterproof Bronzer, and then Seduce, which is the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush. This is Amazonian Clay for better, longer, truer wear. Now, both these shades, the blush might look decent on me, but I can tell you right now that bronzer ain't gonna do nothing for me. That's for like more like Fair's skin tone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in my box for my giveaway. Speaking of my giveaway, you guys, the last time I checked, I was at 1,993 subscribers, meaning only 7 subscribers away from 2,000 and only 7 subscribers away from getting ready to announce my 2,000 subscriber giveaway so that we can finally do the giveaway. I swear it feels like it has taken me forever to get here, but it's pretty exciting to know that I'm almost there. So if you're not already subscribed, definitely consider doing it. It doesn't cost anything. It's absolutely free. And like I said, we're inching closer and closer to that 2,000 subscriber giveaway. So definitely consider joining my little family. The more, the merrier. I'm also on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. If you're not already following me on TikTok, definitely consider doing that. I do post kind of the same shorts most of the time on all of my short form content, but right now I think I have like less than 600 followers over there on TikTok, and that's kind of my fault. I don't really upload very much, but I am wanting to do a lot more. So if you're not following me over there, definitely consider doing that. All of my social medias are always linked down in my description box below. All right, with all that being said, let's go on ahead and jump into putting together this look. I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids once again. I've been just loving the Party Proof eyeshadow primer from Colourpop in Caramel. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and then we'll jump into putting together our look. Now with this look, I am gonna keep it kind of neutral. First of all, what do you guys think about my necklace? This is one of the ones that I got from Shop Miss A from when I did my last haul. I don't usually wear necklaces. I'm pretty sure you guys have noticed that. I do wear rings and earrings, but my necklaces, I don't really wear one. But I thought this was really pretty and that it would kind of go with the look. But definitely let me know down in the comments what you think. But anyway, jumping back into the palette, we are going to be going to Walmart, so we're going to be doing some shopping and stuff later, so I don't want to get like too super glam with this look. So I'm mainly going to be focused on probably this area up here. I just want to do like a simple fall look, something that I would do kind of like for every day. And then I do plan on doing a 2 looks video, so focusing more on these deeper, richer tones on the bottom, and then also something for my short form content. For this video, we're going to go into this one first, and that shade is Smolder, which is this beautiful orange tone. So I'm going to put that in a crease. And then we're going to take Tease in the outer corner, and then Ferocious. I may kind of blend that on the top, maybe going also like in the inner portion of the eye, and then kind of stick with these shimmers on the top. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into Smolder, and I'm going to lay that down in the crease, and then we're just going to go from there. So have any of you guys picked up this palette yet? If you have, what are your thoughts, and have you been enjoying it? This is the first time that I will actually be putting together, you know, looks with it. I've actually had it for about a week or so, but I haven't had time to actually use it. These swatches were really, really pretty, so I was excited to finally sit down and put together a look for you guys. Next weekend, September 24th, will be the Memphis Comic Expo. This is one of our local Comic Cons. It's probably the first comic convention I think I've been to in over a year. I think the last one we went to was the Memphis Comic Expo last year. We didn't do a whole lot of cons last year. If you guys are new to my channel, my family, especially before the pandemic, we used to go to cons all the time, dressing up in costume. I'm part of a charity group. We dress up like as princesses and superheroes and stuff. I haven't actually done it in a while, but that's something that we do for like children's events and hospitals and stuff. But since the pandemic, going out, you know, going to cons, getting a costume, it's just not something that I've really been excited about like I was before. I still love it, but just not nearly as much. But yeah, that's something we're going to be doing next weekend. I probably won't vlog the actual like full event, but I'll probably do like some footage and stuff. Maybe do a get ready with me and like stick some footage in there or something like that. We'll just kind of see where it takes us. All right, now we're going to go into Tease and lay that on the outer corner. We probably more than likely won't be dressing up for this con either. I haven't had a chance to actually like get anything new, and all the costumes that we have are like pretty old. Isaac is almost 11. He's had a big growth spurt, so most of the costumes that we have for him, he can't even fit into anymore. So yeah, if we're going to do costumes again in the future, we're going to have to buy new ones and definitely size up, because he pretty much, there's only maybe a couple of costumes that we have left that he can still fit into, but most of them he's not going to be able to. So yeah, I want to kind of wait until I've been able to get something new and kind of invest a little more time before we jump into costumes. But I am looking forward to going again and, you know, seeing friends. I have a big box of makeup that I'm wanting to give one of my best friends. She's actually going to be there as a guest, as an author. And I have had this box of makeup that I put aside for her when I did my last few declutters that, you know, I didn't give away to other people. She only lives about an hour and a half away, but, you know, with both of us having busy lives, we just don't really, you know, have the time to actually get together. And so most of the time, cons are when we really see each other. So I'm looking forward to seeing her and finally getting this makeup to her. This look is looking really pretty. All the tones are like just blending together very easily. It's not like really taking any effort at all. So far, so good. And even though it's, you know, a more simple look that I'm going with, it's got a little bit of drama. It still has a little bit of depth. These tones work really well together. Oh, that is pretty. I'm really loving that. I'm going to take a fluffy brush. Do I have one over here? I need to wash my brushes. We're going to take this one. It says Pound the Blend. I'm not exactly sure what this one is from, but the brushes that I was using, I didn't mention. My Beauty Bay detail brush and then my Real Techniques crease brush. You guys know I love these. I realized I wasn't mentioning the brushes I was using. We're going to use this big fluffy brush. I don't know what the brand is, but I'm going to go into Ferocious. This shade right here, and we're just going to kind of blend that on the top going into the brow bone, and then we're going to lay down our shimmers. Other than this con, I don't think we have anything else scheduled. It's been the year has flown by, like it has flown ridiculously by, but oh no, I just remembered. We do have the Japanese Cherry Blossom Festival. We do like to do that every year, and that's coming in November, I believe, so that's going to be exciting. But yeah, other than that, that's going to be it. Ooh, This look is just coming along so well. This palette is just so beautiful. My brows are finally starting to look better. I swear I've been like struggling in the brow department. Oh, I'm loving that. I do want to lay just a little bit more smolder in the crease. Just kind of deepen that a little bit. On the eyelid, it has more of a peachy coral look than it does orange. So pretty. All right, now for our shimmers. There are so many like directions that you can go in with this palette. The shimmers, like I said, the swatches were absolutely stunning. What do I want to do? Like I said, I want to keep it kind of simple because we are like going to be like going to Walmart and stuff, so I don't want to go too crazy. But I think what I'm going to do is bring in this shade right here. That shade is Sizzle. Lay that on the lid and then go into either Fascinate or Desirable. Desirable has kind of a greenish shift to it, so I don't know how that would look with this. See, this gold right here is also standing out to me. I don't know, I'm so indecisive. Let me think about this for a second and then I'll come back and tell you for sure what shimmers I'm actually going to go with. Okay, so I have made my decision. I'm going to take Mink's. That's going to go on the lid, and then we're going to take Mischief right here. I kind of go in the inner portion of the lid, and then take Fascinate in the inner corner. That is the direction that we're going to go in. These shimmers are just so freaking gorgeous that I kind of want to put all of them on my eyelids. And they're so soft and creamy and buttery. All right, so I have Mink's, and I'm just going to start laying that down in the lid. It looks more gold in the palette, but it looks a little more coppery on the eyelid. I'm going to go ahead and spray it real quick using a little bit of my Sephora makeup setting spray. I don't really want to pull out the glitter base right now, but I do want to kind of amp it up just a little bit more. And wetting the brush is one of the ways to do that. You can also use a glitter base like I mentioned, and pressing it on with your finger can also help. And I've seen some people use those little sponge applicators, and they say that that works really well too. I've never tried a sponge applicator, but I've definitely seen a lot of people use them, and they say that those work really well too. And you can get those from like the Dollar Tree and like in the big multi-pack. That really is pretty. Okay, I think that was a good choice. You have so many options sometimes it's difficult to know which direction you want to go in. But I think that was a good choice. Now going into the inner portion, I'm going to take a little bit of Mischief, this flat brush. I may not need to wet the brush with this one. Oh, that is pretty. Ooh, the different tones and textures in this palette, you guys, are so beautiful. Perfect, rich tones, even the like lighter shades have a little bit of richness to them. I'm going back in with a brush that has Minks on it just to kind of melt these two shimmers together. Very pretty. And then we're going to go back in with the brush that has Pamper, which is a deep chocolatey shade. No added product, just to blend the edges of the matte into the shimmer. And then for the inner corner highlight, we're just going to go into Fascinate, just a shade right here on the end, and then just lay that into the inner corner just for a little bit of brightness. All right, so that is going to be it for my shadows. I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to finish off my look. We're going to do the liner, the lashes, pick something for my lips, and then we'll come back and see the final look put together and then talk a little bit more about this palette. Final look is complete. As far as my details, for my wing, I'm using my Artista liner in black. My waterline is from Colourpop. This is one of the cream gel liners in Exit. Whenever I do looks like this, I like to put my white liner in my lower waterline. I feel like it just makes everything pop. And then my lips, the combination of the lip pencil from Persona in 90210 is just a beautiful peachy nude. And then my lipstick is from Kimuse. I got this one from Temu, and it's just a beautiful peachy nude. I thought that would look really, really well for this look. Now, as far as this palette, you guys, so far I am loving it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I've only really used like these more neutral kind of tones on the top so far, but the mattes that I use blended beautifully. The shimmers, super shiny, well looking. I absolutely love the way that everything is looking together. So far, first impressions, I'm really enjoying it. Once again, I am going to do a 2 looks 2 more looks with this palette. I'm just not sure when that's going to go up, and I'm also going to do a 4th look for my short content, so definitely be looking out for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I had so much fun playing with this palette and putting this look together. Definitely consider joining and subscribing. Once again, it's absolutely free. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, so we're just right there. Make sure notification bell is turned on so you don't miss a thing, and you can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all my social medias listed down below. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.